The following content is not meant for children. Hello, and welcome everyone to Stellaris and Aelix's Stellaris Empires. And today we're going to have one of my newest ones that's quite a favorite, the Hraefn Commonaltiy. I would like to say thank you to my good friend Hraefn for inspiring me to use this name. Now, first things first, yes, it's a fungus, yes, it's ugly, I know, it's kind of the point. So, let's get started. So first things first, as I said, this is a fungoid, and I went with this one, mostly because the other ones are either, a little too personable, a little too on the nose, a little too naughty, but this seemed that just right level of creepy, and, still could see myself having a conversation with it, maybe. The name is the Hraefn, or plural Hraefns, and yes, the Hraefn grew from a collection of fungus, and as such feel a natural sense to be very inclusive to all. Raised up and enlightened from a primordial fungus state, they've proven to be an excellent asset. This was kind of written when I tried to do the Scion Ascension origin, but that one's not so great, so we'll move on. Fungoid 4 is the really kind of alien, dibber dabber, glugen, schluger, bomper, and the fact that I have these guys designed to be very diplomatic, so it's like, I'd like to invite Senator Glorp to the stand, just tickles me in that just way. And I, as usual, forget the prefix, so we're going to go Hraefn Hegemony Commonaltiy. Yeah, there we are. And yeah, the other names are okay, but for me, 4 just really does it, because there's also a lot of monosyllabic ones. Oop, blort, glort, globber, plort. Just they sound gloppy, and for this, that little joke, Senator Blarg to the stand, please, just fits to me. Alright, now we're getting into some serious stuff, the traits. Nomadic was the first thing I picked out because I wanted to have a lot of immigration focus. So nomadic is highly important, and it is fun. Natural sociologist to get some of that green society research going, and that helps overcome the slow breeders. And I know slow breeders is really hamstringing myself, but because we're going to start with a hegemon, we have 2 other races already working with us, and with diplomacy, we'll have tons of people coming in. Society research and nomadic really helps reset or offset the slow breeders, and then putting that adaptive just makes it even easier for us to go world to world. Though, thanks to the hegemon and its unique properties, we could get away with not with adaptive and go something else. But I found adaptive to be the easiest. It helps in the early game most. Alright. Name and class of the homeworld. I chose a alpine world, mostly because I liked these mountains in the background, but still liquid water beneath the surface. It just has is enough to sustain hardy vegetation. How hardy? It grew sentient. Alright, the homeworld name is Pseudo-Riza. It is a term, basically the taproot. Reduce it down to simpleness, so... Oh, it's the core? Okay, yeah. And the star name is the Luminous. And as such, I made it a single star system, because it's the Luminous. One, not one of the luminaries. So, yeah. I thought this was pretty cool. City appearance, we're going with the fungoid city because I hadn't used that yet, and it looks pretty neat. I like how it grows out of the mountains here. It's really rather lovely. And the green matches the skin tone, by the way. And I went with the Hegemon origin. Starts the leader of a hegemony federation with 2 additional members. nice. Members will occupy any guaranteed habitable worlds slots near your home system. So the way I play, I don't put in guaranteed habitable worlds anyway, so that works out. It starts with the Federation tradition already unlocked, and you gotta have a lot of stuff not true for this, but that's fine. The ones I selected I really want, because I was going for a diplomatic thing. And the symbol for the hegemon is the big eagle here, and that's why I also picked this room, but we'll get to that when we get down to ruler. Alright, government and ethics. So we are a fanatic xenophile to get ourselves additional envoys, which is always good, and an authoritarian. That gets us some worker pop resources and more influence, and that's just two handy things. The worker pops are the ones who get some diplomats as well, so yeah. Went with an imperial, mostly because I didn't want to have to keep making decisions, and the edict capacity is up by 1. And the new edict capacity thing is really handy, and having one more is so nice. It really is. And over to our civics. Since we want to have as many envoys as possible, we're going to go with the diplomatic core. Diplomatic weight plus 10%, and available envoys 2 more. So, yeah. And you remember what I was saying about immigration? We went with Hraefn. Pop growth from immigration 15%, and immigration pull plus 50%. So this is another reason why we want Fanatic Xenophile, but this blends super well with, you know, being diplomatic, getting those migration treaties, having people just flood into your systems, which is why I'm not really worried about being slow breeders. And the pop growth from immigration goes exceedingly well with the nomadic, which is pop growth from immigration additional 15%. So it's stacking all of our stuff. At one build of this, instead of having adaptive, I had the strong or very strong to also work with that worker pop resource output. But I like adaptive more. But if you want to try a different thing, that's absolutely fine. With the advisor, we went with the Xenophile.
I may be an artificial intelligence, but I share your enthusiasm for seeking out fellow organic intelligences among the stars.
What?
The Blorg are very friendly creatures.
Yeah, the Blorg are very friendly creatures. Too bad they're hideous. But, like, wait, you're an artificial intelligence? What? Alright, well, moving on. Empire name, the Hraefn Commonaltiy, because, you know, they're diplomatic. Let's see what we all have in common. The flag. Now, for those of you who've been following me over on Battletech, you know I love black and yellow. So I noticed I hadn't had a black and yellow yet, so I went with black and yellow here. The big connecting stripe is fun. And of course we have the, here we are, open arms, spreading our spores and influence. It's just so fun and a little bit adorable, and I think this works out really well. The only other one I would consider is like this upward swoosh, but I like the simplicity of the horizontal line. Vertical just doesn't quite do it for me on this one. Moving on. Ship appearance. With fungoid ships, and can't really see it well here, but the dark with gold really does stand out. It looks really nice in the game. And with the ruler, I just did a random, so Lomper worked out. Emperor, and the heir is the Crown Prince. I went with color variant 8, mostly to match the green to the buildings, and have that little bit of yellow. The other color variants are also quite nice. I mean, there's no truly bad ones, but I liked 8 best. Clothes I actually changed. I mean, these robes are okay, but this seems a bit too ostentatious. This seems much more diplomatic. And the others are kind of hard suits, which doesn't really go with the highly adaptive fungus people. And room 4. Room 4. It's got these lovely little plants up here. They add a little bit of color, throws in some red, which contrasts with the yellow nicely. And of course, it has the hegemony eagle wingy thing there. And back to that. And it just ties it all together. And the window's nice and big. I like that too. So that is the Hraefn Commonaltiy. I think you should all give this a try if you have the right DLCs. As you see over here, I have all of them because I really like this game a whole lot. So, yeah. The Hraefn Commonaltiy will play really well. When you get to the diplomacy game, they are super strong. You'll have so many envoys to keep the peace in the galaxy. I've even had some of my, other races that have been not so nice held at bay because I could throw 2 or 3 envoys at them just to improve relations. And it's so nice. The ones that don't do diplomacy, the inward perfection guys and all them, not much you can do, but still, when you get to the Galactic Senate, you can very easily go, I am the Galactic Senate, and you already start off as the leader of your hegemon, and it's not hard to keep that. And later, with the hegemony, you get a casus belli against basically everyone to say, hey, guess what? You're in the hegemony now, because we said so. And doing so with a high diplomacy helps. Well, with that being said, thank you all for joining me. I really hope you're enjoying this series as much as I'm enjoying making it for all of you. If you do, please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and of course share, because sharing is caring. And check out the links down below. That's where the really good stuff is, and you're watching a Maester Aelix video, so you deserve all the best stuff. And with that being said, I shall see you all next time.